Hello everyone, my name is Micaiah Harrison and I'll be taking you through how to use the CNC router to make a project similar to this. First off, we're going to open our V-Carve software and create a new file. We'll create our workspace the same size and dimensions as our disk and our XY zero position to the center. Next we're going to create our circle to mimic the disk that we'll be using. The circle will be the same size as our workspace. Now we're going to jump a little farther ahead in the design process. To create text, we'll use our Draw Text tool. Type in your words, and this is where you choose your font and the size of your text. Once we have our text, we'll create a smaller circle to go around our logo and to put our words onto the arc. Once we have our circle, we'll select our circle, select our text, and use the text on a curve tool. For the Kentucky at the top, we will select text on the other side. We use this blue square to center our text and use a slight offset distance. For the engineering at the bottom, we use text below curve, the same offset distance. To add our logo, we will copy and paste it from the internet and use the trace bootmap tool. Use black and white and preview. Press apply and close. Once you apply, the image will still be visible. You're able to double click and move it out the way where you can now see that our vectors are left. Delete your image, select your vectors, and resize it. Once we have the majority of our design done, you may notice that the letters in your text are too close together or too far away. Select your text, and then select the Edit Text Spacing and Curve tool. The default of this tool is to make the letters closer together. However, if you press Shift, you see that you're now able to make your letters farther away. Once you have fixed the spacing, you'll want to reselect the Text on a Curve tool and recenter your words. Now that we have our final design, we will select our toolpaths. In the Toolpaths tab, you will see several toolpath options. For our text, we will be using V-Carve. And we'll also be using the 60-degree bit. We are using no start depth and no flat depth. For our inside circle, we are using Quick Engrave. This is because the V-Carve bit will want to fully engrave the inside of the circle, while Quick Engrave will just give us an outline. We again select our 60-degree bit, give it a slight amount of depth, and select outline. We will now do the toolpaths for our logo. We select our logo and select V-Carve. We will be using a clearance tool because it will be much more efficient at carving out all of our flat space of our logo than our V-bit. We will also select a start depth of 0.1 and a flat depth of 0.3. You are welcome to change these numbers to your liking. We'll rename our toolpath and press calculate. We are now able to reset our preview and preview all of our toolpaths. Once we are done with our toolpaths, we're able to double-click our waste pieces and see our final design. Once you have your final design, you now need to save your toolpaths. Your toolpaths will be saved based on bit. We'll click here to save toolpath. Select Visible Toolpath to one file. Select your toolpaths based on bit. We will use the 60-degree bit for our words, the inside circle, and a part of our logo. Once you have your post-processor selected, save your toolpaths. We will now select one more toolpath for the end mill of our UK logo. Remember, our profile is not for actual engraving, it is only for our design purposes. only save your logo and mill. Now that you have your toolpath saved, you are done. You're now ready to go to the Shopbot and do your engraving.